stars above the station were calm. The galaxy was not. News had spread. A human captain and an alien princess had stopped a war. They had united enemies and revealed an ancient vault full of forgotten knowledge. Some called them heroes. Others called them threats. But for Elias Ward and Princess Serenia, none of those titles mattered. They were not kings or rulers. They were simply two people trying to protect the future. Inside the space station, meetings began. Elias and Serenia sat with leaders from many worlds' human generals, alien elders, independent traders, and peaceful scientists. Everyone wanted to know one thing. What would happen next? Serenia stood first. "I do not want to rebuild the Zelari Empire," she said. "That time is over. The Vault's technology will not be used for power. It will be shared, slowly and safely, with those who protect peace." Then Elias spoke. "I don't want to lead a government or wear a crown. I want to build something better, a new alliance based on respect, not fear. We don't need more kings. We need more cooperation." The room was quiet. Then an old Zelari scholar stood. "Then let this be the start of something new. Let the vault be guarded not by soldiers, but by a council of peace." Others agreed. It had begun. But not everyone liked this new idea. On a faraway mining world, warlord Chax Valan watched the events with burning eyes. His spies told him everything. The location of the vault, the growing support for Elias and Serenia, and the shift of power in the galaxy. Shax didn't want peace. He wanted control. He gathered his fleet. 30 warships stolen from broken empires and set course for Vuric 7. "The vault belongs to those strong enough to take it," he said. Back on the station, Elias worked with mechanics to repair Strider. Serenia met with young Zelari, students who had never seen their homeland. But something felt wrong. A message came from a scouting drone. "Unknown fleet approaching, RX-7. Weapons active." Elias and Serenia looked at each other. "Chax," Serenia whispered. "He's going for the vault," Elias said. "If he gets inside, he'll use that tech to start a war across the galaxy." They moved quickly. Serenia sent warnings to the new allies. Elias prepped the Strider. Within hours, a small fleet of peaceful defenders was on its way to Vuric 7. But they were outnumbered. Time was short. The moment Strider entered Vuric 7's orbit, smoke filled the skies. Shax's ships were already landing. His soldiers marched across the ground, blasting through the vault entrance. Elias landed nearby. He stepped outside, wearing body armor and holding his rifle. Serenia joined him, dressed in a command cloak, the crystal tablet hanging from her belt. Elias looked at her. "You don't have to come." Serenia shook her head. "This is my family's vault. My people's future. I will not run." Alento ward the battlefield. Inside the vault, chaos filled the halls. Chax's soldiers fought with the vaults. Defense drones, energy blasts, cracked the walls. Sparks flew from ancient machines. Elias and Serenia entered through a side path. They moved quietly, using old tunnels, Serenia remembered. Finally, they reached the throne room. Shax stood there tall, armored, cruel. He had forced the vault open, and now tried to connect the systems to his own ship. "You're too late," Shax shouted, turning to them. "I will control the vault. I will become the king your galaxy fears." Serenia stepped forward. "Do not belong here. I belong where power lives," Shax said. "And you, princess, were just a gift to a weak human. You're nothing." Elias raised his rifle. "She's more than you'll ever be." Shax laughed. "Shoot me, and the vault self-destructs. It's wired now. Only I can stop it." Serenia's eyes narrowed. "You are wrong." She touched the crystal tablet to the main panel. "Vault AI. Lock out all outside commands. Recognize royal override." Throne lit up. "Command confirmed," the vault said. Warlord Chax Valen marked as intruder, activating removal. A beam of light shot out and lifted Chax into the air, paralyzing him. He screamed, "Release me." The AI spoke again. "You sought war? You brought death? You are not welcome. The light exploded. Not Leffel. Shax was thrown. Across the room, unconscious, the vault door sealed shut. It was over. Later, as the stars turned again above Varric 7, peace returned. The vault was saved. Shax's fleet had no leader. The remaining ships surrendered. The council met again and declared the vault a shared treasure to be protected and used only by those who stood for peace. Elias and Saranya were offered titles, power, wealth. They refused. Instead, they helped build a new base near the Volta School, a research center, a place where all species could learn and grow together. One evening, Saranya stood alone near the edge of the vault, watching the sky. Elias walked up beside her, thinking about leaving. He asked, "No," she said, smiling. "For the first time in my life, I feel like I'm home." Elias looked at the stars. "I came from nothing, just a soldier. I never thought I'd be standing here with you." "You saved me," Saranya whispered. "You saved me first." She reached into her cloak and pulled out something smaller. Silver ring with a blue stone from Zellery temples. She placed it in his hand. "It's not a crown," she said. "But in my world, it means a bond of choice." Leah stared at it then. He looked into her eyes. "No one gave you to me. But if you stay, that will mean everything." She smiled softly. "I stay." Years later, people would speak of the human captain and the alien princess who changed the galaxy. Not with war, not with conquest, but with understanding, and a single choice that started it all. The ship Strider flew through silent space once again. Captain Elias Ward sat in the control room, bandages on his arm, while Princess Saranya stood at the front, staring at the glowing crystal tablet she had taken from the vault. Inside the tablet was ancient knowledge Solari weapons, healing technology, power systems, and more. But most of all, it held something strange. A secret message meant for Elias. Earlier, when Saranya had accessed the vault's throne, the vault had scanned Elias too. Now, the tablet revealed why. The human named Elias Ward carries traits of leadership, mercy, and self-sacrifice, the AI's message said. He is not of our blood, but he holds the strength of kings, is worthy of Zalari inheritance. Saranya stared at the message for a long time. Then she looked at Elias. "You were chosen by the vault," she said softly. Elias raised an eyebrow. "I'm not Zalari. The vault doesn't care," she replied. "It chose you because of who you are." Elias sat down, tired. "I didn't come all this way to become a king. But what if the galaxy needs one?" They arrived at a neutral space station to refuel and send a signal back to Earth. Elias sent a message to the Human Alliance government, warning them that the vault had been found and was safe in their hands, but the message was intercepted. On a cold metal world far away, a high-ranking human general named Merrick Vane read the report with interest. "A vault full of alien tech, and a soldier at the center of it," he muttered. He sent orders to a special military unit. "Bring Elias Ward in. It's alive if possible. That technology belongs to Earth." At the same time, Saranya sent a quiet message to the last surviving Zalari. Outposts her people were few, scattered, and hiding. But when they learned that the royal princess was alive, and that she had opened the ancient vault, hope returned soon. Dozens of Zalari ships headed toward her location. They didn't come to fight, they came to follow. Elias watched as ships began to gather near the edge of the neutral station. Human ships, Zalari ships, and others too. News was spreading fast, too fast. "What do we do now?" he asked Saranya. She stood beside him, calm but alert.
"How we tell the truth?"
"We offer peace." Elias frowned. "What if they don't want peace?" "Then we protect the vault. Together." The next day, the Council of the Human Alliance sent a message. They ordered Elias to return the crystal tablet and surrender to military command. He refused. "I didn't take anything," he said. "And I'm not giving them weapons. I'm trying to keep this out of the wrong hands." His voice was calm, but firm. General Merrick Vane was furious. He sent a fleet. Serenia stood before a crowd of aliens and humans at the station. She held up the crystal tablet and spoke. This knowledge does not belong to one race. It belongs to the galaxy. We have fought too many wars. My people lost everything because we used power for pride. Now I offer this knowledge to rebuild, not to rule. She looked at Elias, and I will only share it with those who follow honor and mercy. Like this human, the crowd murmured. Some nodded. Some stayed silent, but in that moment a new idea was born, a new future. Then the human fleet arrived. Big. Warships surrounded the station. Messages were sent. Threats made. General Vane's voice came over the comms. Captain Ward, you are under arrest. Turn over the princess and the alien tech or we will fire. Elias stood in the control room, his jaw tight. Serenia walked up beside him. They will not stop, she said. Elias nodded. Then we don't run. He opened a channel. This is Captain Elias Ward. I am not surrendering the princess. I am not surrendering the vault. If you fire, you'll be starting another war. There was silence. Then Vane gave the order. Weapons ready. Suddenly, dozens of Zellery ships jumped into space. Their weapons glowed, ready to defend. Elias looked at Serenia. We'll be outnumbered. She shook her head. Not anymore. Their ships began to arrive. Neutral worlds, free colonies, small, peaceful empires. People who had heard Serenia's message. People who wanted change. They did not come to fight. They came to stand between war, one by one. They sent a signal. We stand with Elias Ward. We stand with Serenia. The human fleet hesitated. Elias opened a final channel too. General Vane, you can destroy us. But the galaxy is watching. If you start a war now, they'll never follow you again. General Vane stared at the screen, his fists clenched. He had the power to crush them all. But if he did, he'd lose the galaxy. He gave the order. Stand down. The weapons turned off. Peace held. For now, hours later, Elias sat alone in the quiet of his ship's bridge. He was tired, not from battle, but from carrying the weight of something bigger than himself. Serenia came and sat beside him. You stopped. A war, she said. We stopped a war, Elias replied. She looked at him for a long time. My mother always said strength is not in how loud you speak, but how many listen when you speak softly. Today, many listened to you. I didn't want any of this. Maybe that's why you deserve it. He turned to her. What happens? Next, Serenia smiled, a soft, almost shy smile. We build something better. Later, Elias stood in front of the gathered crowd on the station platform. He looked at humans. Zellery and aliens of all kinds. I'm not a king, he said. I'm not a leader. I'm just a man who was given something he didn't ask for, a person. He looked at Serenia. I was given a slave, but I saw a woman, a leader, a survivor. She was never mine, but today, I choose to walk with her. Not ahead, not behind, but side by side. Serenia stepped forward. She held up the crystal tablet. This knowledge will not be locked away, but it will not be given to warmongers either. It will be protected and shared wisely. Under one condition, she turned to Elias. That Elias Ward continues to walk beside me. The crowd cheered. That night, under the stars, Serenia and Elias stood on the viewing deck of the station. For the first time in a long time, both felt peace. I was given to you as a slave, Serenia said quietly. But now, I choose to stay. With Yubi, because I want to, not because I must. Elias reached out, taking her hand. Then we start a new path. Together. And together, they looked out at the galaxy not as conquerors, but as builders of something new. The ship Strider flew quietly through the cold black of space. Stars blinked in the distance like old forgotten lanterns. Captain Elias Ward sat in the pilot's chair, checking the path ahead. Beside him stood Princess Serenia, now dressed. In a clean navy suit, her silver hair tied neatly behind her back, they were heading into the Rift Expanse, dark area at the edge of the galaxy. It was full of asteroid storms, abandoned stations, an old battlefield Rex from the Zellery Wars. No one traveled here anymore. No one. Except those searching for secrets. We're close, Serenia said, pointing at the screen. Asteroid belt hides the planet. It's called Virex 7. My ancestors built a vault deep beneath its surface. It's not marked on any star maps. Elias looked at her. You sure it's still there? She nodded. If the vault's AI survived the war, it will still be locked to royal blood. That means only I can open it. Elias grinned. Let's hope it still likes royalty. Serenia's expression turned serious. Once we land, we must move fast. Other scanners might detect us. Elias adjusted course. We'll be in. Out before anyone knows. But someone already knew. Far behind them, the bounty hunter Gren sat inside his damaged cruiser, his arm wrapped in a metal brace from their last fight. His face twisted with rage as he watched the signal trail from Strider. Going to the vault, are you? He growled. Then I'll follow. I'll wait. And when you open it, Tile, take it all. He sent a signal to a warlord named Shax Volin, an alien leader who wanted Zellery tech to control his armies. Gren smiled. Let the humans open the door. I'll take the treasure for myself. As Strider entered the asteroid belt, rocks as big as buildings floated around them, spinning slowly. The ship moved carefully, dodging each one. Suddenly, alarms beeped. Ship detected, Elias said. Serenia's heart jumped. Enemy. Elias checked the radar. Not a ship. A mine. Too late. A hidden mine exploded near them. The ship shook violently. Sparks flew. The lights flickered. Brace for impact. Elias shouted. A second blast hit the rear thruster. Ship spun. Smoke filling the control room. Elias fought the controls. Serenia grabbed onto a support rail. Are we going to crash? She yelled. No, Elias said, teeth gritted. We're going to land hard. Ship slammed into Virex 7's surface, carving a long trail through red dust and rock. Metal screamed as it tore against stone. After a long moment, the Strider stopped. Elias coughed and looked around. Everyone alive? Serenia pushed herself up. I'm fine. Ship's hurt, Elias muttered. We'll fix it later. Let's find that vault. They stepped out into a dead world. The sky above was dark red and the ground cracked like dry skin. No wind, no life, only silence. Serenia held a small device. It blinked with a blue light. This way. They walked for hours across sharp ridges and broken cliffs. Finally, they reached a large stone gate half buried in the ground. Ancient Zellery symbols covered it. This is it, Serenia whispered. She walked up to the gate and placed her hand. On a round panel, the stones lit up. Blood match confirmed, said a voice. Welcome, Princess Serenia of House Alora. With a deep rumble, the gate opened. Inside was a wide hall made of silver and black metal. Glowing lights turned on, revealing walls filled with strange machines and floating crystal panels. Elias stared. This place is huge. Serenia's eyes widened. It's still active. After all these years, they walked deeper into the vault. There were chambers filled with devices, healing pods, energy weapons, and tools that could rebuild entire cities. Then they reached the central room. A giant machine sat in the center. It looked like a throne, but was connected to dozens of wires and crystals. Serenia stepped forward. A hologram appeared, an image of her mother, Queen Alora. If you see this, my daughter, the image said, then you are the last. Serenia froze. The queen continued. This vault holds the knowledge of our people, our failures, our hopes. Use it wisely. Never for conquest. Only for peace. The hologram faded. Serenia wiped a tear. Elias put a hand on her shoulder. She left this for you. Serenia looked at the throne. No, she left this for us. Suddenly, a loud bang echoed through the halls. Elias pulled his gun. We're not alone. The vault lights flickered. Gren stepped out from the shadows, holding a blaster. Told you I'd catch you, he growled. Behind him, more mercenaries appeared, armed, armored, ready. Serenia stepped back. How did you find us? Tractor signal, Gren said. Waited for you to open the vault. Thanks for doing the hard part. You won't get anything, Elias warned. Gren smirked. I don't want everything. Just her and the access codes. I'd rather die, Serenia said. Gren raised his weapon. Then you'll get your wish. But before he could shoot, something strange happened. The vault itself woke up. The lights turned white. The throne glowed. A calm voice echoed through the room. Foreign DNA detected. Threat level high. Activating defense protocol. A blast of energy shot from the ceiling, hitting one of Gren's mercenaries. He vanished in a flash of light. Fall back, Gren shouted. But the vault was alive now. Flying drones came out. Of the walls, shooting beams that chased the invaders, Elias grabbed Serenia's hand. Come on, we need to reach the control panel. They ran toward the throne as drones and mercenaries clashed behind them. Serenia placed her hand on the center crystal. Confirm access. Princess Serenia confirmed. Human DNA recognized. Elias Ward. Access granted. The defense. System stopped firing at Elias, but not at the others. Gren fired one last shot, hitting a power conduit. Sparks exploded, the throne short-circuited. The drones fell silent, but the vault doors began to close. Elias turned. We need to get out now. Serenia grabbed a crystal tablet from the throne and ran after Elias. They escaped just before the door. Sealed behind them, back at the crash site, Elias repaired the ship's engine with damaged hands. Serenia sat nearby, holding the crystal tablet. That vault, it chose you too, she said quietly. Elias kept working. Maybe it saw something in me. I saw it too, Serenia said. He looked at her. I was given to you as a slave, she said. But today I fought beside you. I trusted you with my people's greatest secret. You risked your life not for power, but for me. Elias didn't answer right away. Then he said, You're not a slave. You're not a prize. You're my partner. Serenia smiled, soft and real. Then let's finish this journey. Together. The ship lifted off behind them. The vault was hidden once more under the dust of time. The crystal tablet glowed in Serenia's hands. It held blueprints, knowledge, and messages from the past. But the real treasure was something else. A bond between two enemies. Now allies now. Something more. The days after Serenia's escape were quiet. She no longer locked herself in her room. She walked through the ship slowly, watching and listening. She still said little, but her eyes were different, now less angry, more curious. Elias noticed. One morning he found her standing near the engine room, staring at the ship's core. This engine is old, she said without looking at him. It's older than me, Elias replied, wiping grease from his hands. But it still runs. Turned to him. I could improve it. Make it faster. Burn less fuel, engines. I know many things, Serenia said. I was not just a princess. I was trained in war, science, and diplomacy. Zalari heirs must learn everything.
Nice.
Then show me. She walked into the engine room without asking permission. For 2 hours, they worked side by side. She gave quiet instructions. He followed them. She didn't smile, but her hands moved faster, more confidently. When the job was done, the core hummed smoother than ever. That should increase your range by 20%, she said. Thank you. She paused. I didn't do it for you. I did it for the ship, Elias smiled. Of course. In the following days, Serenia helped repair several systems' life support, navigation, and even the comms tower. She began speaking more, not as a servant or guest, but as someone who belonged. Elias didn't ask questions. He gave her space. And that made her speak even more. She told him about her planet Celarith Prima world of silver rivers tall, glass cities and floating gardens. She spoke of her mother, Queen Alora, a powerful ruler who died in the last battle. My people believed in strength, she said. We thought humans were animals. Now I see. We were wrong. Some of us were. Worse, Elias didn't argue. We humans have done terrible things too, but not all of us. Same with your kind. She nodded. That's true. One evening, while working in the ship's library, Saranya found something strange. A dusty black box hidden behind a metal panel. It had Zellery symbols on it. She called Elias. This is mine, she said. Or rather, it belongs to my family. What is it? A map? One of many? My mother made them before the war. It leads to a Volta place where the old Zellery kings hid powerful technology, like weapons. More than weapons. Serenia whispered. Knowledge. Tools that could change entire worlds. Things even I was not told. Elias leaned forward. Why show me? Because I trust you now, she said. He didn't speak. He just nodded. But if others learn of this vault, she warned, they will come for it. They will try to steal it, use it, or destroy it. I need someone I can rely on. You sure that's me? You came for me when I ran. You didn't chain me. You didn't sell me like a prize. She looked him in the eyes. I was given to you as a slave, but you treat me like a person. That is rare in this galaxy. They plotted the location on the star map. It was far in the edge of known space, dead sector full of ruins and silence. Elias frowned. We'll need supplies, weapons, repairs. I have credits hidden on a moon station nearby Serenia. Said we'll go there first. But they were not the only ones watching. Far away, on another ship, a dark figure looked at an old screen. A bounty hunter. He had tracked Serenia for weeks. She was worth a fortune dead or alive. And now, thanks to hacked signals, he knew where she was heading. He smiled, showing metal teeth. Time to catch a princess. Elias and Serenia landed on Station Elter 6, a small and rough place full of broken aliens, poor traders, and mercenaries. Serenia wore a long hood and kept her face hidden. I don't trust this place, Elias said. It's my world, she replied calmly. They went to a small shop run by a four-eyed alien named Doro. Serenia gave a secret code and Doro opened. A safe filled with old Zellery currencies, still valuable in many systems, while they traded for parts and supplies. Someone followed them, the bounty hunter. His name was Grend. He had fought in 3 wars, killed kings, earned cities. Now he wanted the Zellery princess and the vault key. He sent a message to his ship. Prepare the net, back at the Strider. Elias and Serenia loaded the supplies. Night had fallen. Lights flickered in the distance. The air smelled of oil and smoke. Elias heard something footsteps. He pulled out his blaster. Suddenly, a net flew through the air, electric lines crackling. It hit Serenia, wrapping around her, shocking her body. Elias, she cried. Gren stepped from the shadows, holding a heavy gun. You shouldn't have kept her, soldier. She's worth more than your ship. Elias fired. Duh. Gren ducked behind. Coverin shouted, You can't win this fight. I don't need to, Elias said. From above, the ship's auto turrets activated. Gren's men fell. One by one, Elias ran to Serenia and cut the net with his knife. Told you this place was dangerous, Elias said, lifting her. Serenia winced. I trusted the wrong memory. You trusted the right person, Elias said. Now let's get out of here. Back in space, Serenia lay in the medbay. Elias sat beside her. I could have lost you, he said. I'm not yours to lose, she replied softly. But thank you. You were nearly taken. Again. I hate this galaxy sometimes, she whispered. Then let's find a place that doesn't hate you back, Elias said. She closed her eyes and whispered, Maybe the vault is that place. The next morning, Elias walked onto the bridge. Serenia was there, wearing a new uniform, not a princess's dress. Not a prisoner's robe, just a simple suit, like a crew member. I thought you didn't like uniforms, he said. I've decided to stop hiding, she replied. You ready for this mission? She nodded. It's more than a mission now. It's a chance to rebuild what was lost. Not with war. With wisdom. Elias smiled. Then let's go make history. Together they set course for the vault. Neither of them knew what waited, but for the first time since the war, they both felt hope. The war had ended. After 6 long years of fighting across dead planets and broken moons, peace had returned. Human soldiers were going back home, flags were raised, medals were given, heroes were remembered. Captain Elias Ward stood alone on a stage far from Earth. His uniform was torn, his face tired, but he stood tall. He had led the final assault on the Zelari stronghold. Because of him, the enemy had surrendered. People clapped as the alien ambassador, a short creature with green eyes and metal skin, walked toward him. In its long fingers, it held a chain. And at the end of that chain was a woman, not just any woman. She had silver skin, glowing blue eyes, and long white hair tied in braids. Her dress was fine, but torn. Her face was proud, but her hands were tied. "She is Saranya," the ambassador said. "Last princess of the Zelari Empire. A gift, a slave, your reward." The crowd cheered, but Elias did not smile. He stepped down from the stage and stood in front of the princess. Her eyes were full of fire, not fear. She looked like someone who had lost everything, yet still refused to break. Elias spoke softly. "Untie her," the ambassador blinked. "But she is yours." "I don't care." "Take the chain off her," people whispered. Some frowned. But the ambassador obeyed. Serena looked confused, but said nothing. Her hands were free now, but she stood still. Her back was straight like a queen's. Elias turned to her. "Come with me. You're not a slave. Not while you're with me." She did not answer. She followed in silence. They reached his ship, an old but strong war cruiser named the Strider. Inside, Elias gave her a private room, clean clothes, and fresh food. She did not eat. She sat in silence, her eyes cold, her mouth shut. She did not look at him. The next day, Elias came back with a translator. He placed it on the table. "Will help us talk." She looked at the device, then at him. "I do not wish to talk." Her voice was soft, but strong. "That's fine," Elias said. "But if you need anything, ask." "Why are you doing this?" she asked. Elias shrugged. "Because giving someone a slave isn't a reward. It's an insult." Serenia narrowed her eyes. "You won the war. You are my enemy. I fought soldiers, not you. I am a princess. I was trained to lead armies." "Then maybe you should have led them better," Elias said without anger. She stared at him for a long time, then turned, her face away. 3 days passed. Elias stayed busy repairing parts of the ship. He didn't bother her. He only brought her food and fresh water. She still refused to eat much. At night, she walked silently through the halls, always watching, always quiet. She never tried to speak. She never smiled. But she listened. She listened when Elias spoke with his crew over the radio. She listened. When he played old music from Earth, she listened when he talked to himself while fixing engines. And slowly, she began to understand this man. He was not cruel, not stupid, not weak, but he was different from what she had been told. Her people said. Humans were beasts, violent, greedy, wild. But Elias was calm. He was kind to his crew. He treated her like she was human too, and that made her angry, because it made her confused. On the 6th night, she tried to escape. She waited until Elias was asleep. She took some tools and hacked the side door open. She slipped out into the dusty streets of the small trade colony they had docked at. It was dark. Wind blew dust across broken roads and rusted ships. She ran into the shadows, but she did not know this place. It was dangerous. Soon, 3 men with guns found her. They were not human. They were Raxid thugs pirates who hunted weak refugees. "Look what we got here," one said, laughing. "Pretty Zelari must be worth a lot," Saranya pulled out. "A stolen blade? Come closer and die." They laughed, but suddenly a loud blast echoed. One thug dropped, then another. A shadow jumped from the rooftop. Elias landed hard, gun smoking. His face was burning with anger. He stood between Saranya and the last pirate. "I told you not to leave the ship," he said, shooting the last one. He turned to her. "Are you hurt?" She stared at him. Her hands were shaking. "Why? Why did you come?" "Because you're not my prisoner. You're under my protection. I ran away. I know. You should have let me go." Elias looked at the dead bodies. "Out there, you're just another prize. But with me, you're a person. If you want to leave, leave. But don't run into death." Her voice trembled. "I don't understand you. I don't understand you either, but I'm trying." Back on the ship, Saranya sat in silence. Her dress was torn. Her hands were scratched. Elias brought her a blanket. "You can sleep in the med bay if you want. It's warmer there." She looked at him, her eyes softer now. "You were strange," she said. "I get that a lot. I hated you for what you were given, for what you represent, and now." She did not answer, but she pulled the blanket around her shoulders. "I do not belong anywhere anymore," she whispered. "My people are gone. My throne is dust. My enemies want to sell me. My allies gave me away." "You belong wherever you decide," Elias said gently. "You're not a thing to be owned. I don't know who I am without my crown. Maybe you'll find out." She looked at him, and for the first time,